Hi, I'm a mental health counselor, and I want to talk about why you should never underestimate someone just because they're quiet. Let's dive in. You may think that the loudest person in any room is always the strongest or the most influential, but let me tell you, it's the quiet ones who often hold the most power. When you underestimate someone based on their silence, you're setting yourself up for a surprise, because quiet people are not weak. They're not passive, and they certainly can't be ignored. When I first moved to Chicago, I rented an apartment in a building filled with all sorts of personalities. There was Mrs. Henderson, the gossip queen who knew everyone's business. Mr. Williams, the retired professor who always had a book in hand. And then there was Emily, a young woman who kept mostly to herself. Now, from what I saw of her, Emily seemed reserved and a bit shy. She didn't participate much in the building's social events, and she rarely spoke up during meetings. Everyone saw her as a nobody, including me. I saw her as just another face in the elevator. Nothing more. And one day the water in our building was shut off for repairs, and we were given only a few hours to fill up containers. Everyone rushed around filling up bathtubs, sinks, anything to store water. But Emily, she calmly walked into the basement and filled up several large jugs. And then when we were told that the electricity would be off for a few days, it was Emily who organized the residents, making sure everyone had flashlights and batteries. When the noisy garbage disposal broke down, making a terrible mess, it was Emily who stayed calm and found a solution. Emily became our unexpected hero, proving that appearances can be deceiving. The quietest resident turned out to be the most resourceful and practical. Many times, people will judge others based on what they see, focusing on someone's quiet nature as if it defines their entire being. This can lead to a failure to recognize the inner strength and resilience that quiet individuals possess. It also can result in a lack of respect and consideration towards their opinions and contributions. But here's the thing. Quietness itself isn't a weakness. It's simply a different way of being. Quiet people might not speak much, but it doesn't mean they don't have something valuable to say or that they lack confidence. They might process things differently, needing a bit more time to organize their thoughts before expressing them. But if you mistake this thoughtful process for timidity or you might miss out on their unique perspectives and insights. Quiet people often take the time to observe and reflect deeply on their experiences. They think before they speak, choosing their words carefully. This thoughtful approach allows them to develop a rich inner world filled with ideas and emotions that might not be immediately apparent to others. But if you take the time to listen, you'll discover a universe of thoughtfulness within them. For instance, I work with many clients who initially seem quiet and reserved during sessions. They might hesitate before sharing their feelings or experiences, but as the therapeutic relationship deepens, they open up. Their quiet strength shines through as they express their emotions and work towards healing and growth. Recognizing the strength and resilience in these clients helps them break free from societal expectations and biases. So, if you find yourself surrounded by boisterous, outspoken individuals, remember that quiet doesn't mean weak. Those who seem silent might possess a strength that defies the noise. Don't write them off as unconfident or timid. Instead, appreciate their thoughtful nature and be patient with their pace. You might just discover a well of strength and insight you never knew existed. There's a moment in the film Lion that beautifully illustrates this point. Young Saru, played by Sunny, is an Indian boy who gets separated from his family and finds himself alone in the bustling city of Calcutta. Amidst the chaos and noise of the city, Saru seeks refuge in a small library. There he meets a kind librarian who offers him solace and helps him navigate the overwhelming urban jungle. The librarian, despite being surrounded by the clamor of the city, has created a sanctuary of silence and order in her small library. It is a place where Saru can escape the noise and find comfort in the quiet hum of books. In this scene, the contrast between the noisy city and the peaceful library mirrors. The contrast between the external perceptions of quiet and the inner strength they can signify. Saru, though young, demonstrates a remarkable inner strength. He navigates challenging situations with resilience and courage, proving that quiet strength can exist even in the face of adversity. The librarian, too, exemplifies quiet strength. She confronts a menacing man who enters the library looking for trouble, showing that those who are quiet aren't necessarily weak or harmless. Her quiet demeanor is deceptive, concealing the strength and assertiveness she displays when necessary. This scene challenges the common belief that volume equals strength. by showcasing the resilience and resourcefulness of its young protagonist and the quiet strength of the librarian. The film suggests that those who are quiet might possess a strength that is often underestimated. It reminds us to look beyond first impressions and recognize that quietness does not equate to weakness. When faced with conflict, some people may resort to using their voices loudly and aggressively to assert themselves. However, this approach can be draining and stressful for others, making it difficult for them to engage in meaningful conversations or collaborations. On the other hand, quiet individuals tend to handle conflicts more thoughtfully and respectfully. They consider different perspectives, strive to understand the root causes of the issue, and seek mutually beneficial solutions. This approach can lead to more harmonious relationships and more effective problem solving. Imagine working on a team where every voice is heard and respected, where decisions are made collaboratively and where conflicts are resolved peacefully. This kind of environment fosters creativity, innovation, and personal growth because each member feels safe contributing their ideas and perspectives. So rather than fearing quiet in your workplace, embrace it. Encourage your colleagues to speak up, listen attentively, and value diverse perspectives. Create an environment where quiet individuals feel comfortable sharing their thoughts without fear of interruption or ridicule. Doing so will foster a more inclusive, innovative, and harmonious workplace where everyone's voice is heard and respected. In conclusion, quiet people can be incredibly strong. Resilient and insightful individuals who offer unique perspectives and handle challenges in thoughtful ways. They often possess a rich inner world and demonstrate remarkable patience and understanding. So never underestimate someone based on their silence. Embrace quietness as a strength and learn to appreciate the quiet wisdom that surrounds you. Let this be a reminder for me and you to look beyond first impressions and recognize the quiet strength that exists all around us. If you've resonated with this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more insightful mental health videos. And until next time, take care and keep an open mind. Remember, true strength isn't always loud. It's often found in the quietest corners of our world.